Empyrean Events and Catering, always looking for ways to make your next event better, and that includes at work too. And Renee is here to tell us what is new. We've talked about this before.
Right.
Corporate drop-off catering.
There's so much that goes into this, and you said a key word that I'm going to kind of change for you. You said event, and it's not always an event.
Right.
And I think that that might be a misconception, that people don't understand that Empyrean, well, yes, events is in our name, obviously, and catering comes first for us, actually. And we're looking at that outside of just what we would consider larger functions. And from that need, we've created a whole new menu, redesigned a lot of catering options specifically for corporate, whether that is a drop-off,
right.
and literally it can be something as simple as breakfast, and we've kind of talked about that before. And then we started to look at the needs of our clients, and a lot of them were coming to us asking for things that are very regular. So let's say every Thursday there's a drop-off of lunch that's needed, and it needs to be super low-key, and that could be a taco bar, and who doesn't love that?
Right, right.
And so we really started to pay attention to those needs and started to craft and design menus that were a reflection of what that was.
So I guess I didn't realize it could be kind of taco bar buffet.
You got it, yeah.
Thing.
Literally a drop-off, all disposables, and built completely around you. We can really go far into this and give you menus a month out. We can do this in a weekly scope or even longer than some of those, and it can be something super simple.
So, but it can also be somewhat complicated too, because
Yeah.
I know that sometimes, you know, it's an individual thing, it's boxed. I've told you before, we've had clients that have been here that have just raved just about the presentation and let alone the food itself.
Those things are really important always, whether it is just a drop-off, and we take dietary needs very seriously. Some of the things that we get, and you know, we've got a group of 70, but 5 of those are vegan. What do we do with that? Well, we don't want to ignore those needs, and they don't just want a salad. So we take those very seriously, and everything is done with higher presentation, really awesome biodegradable bamboo products, and then just a little touch of presentation goes a really long way.
Yeah, you say, you know, just a touch, you know, better, but the bamboo, just, you know, again, when I get my lunch in a box
with a
it's
little
wrapped,
placemat, and those things are important. And when we look at that, whether this is for you as a corporation or whether you're gifting this to a client, especially from sales, you know, pharmaceutical reps that are dropping off lunch to their doctor's offices, that presentation is important. It's a reflection of who you are. So we wanted to do that and elevate it a little bit so that there's, you know, a higher end presentation across the board.
Yeah, so again, it doesn't look like, you know,
here's your sack.
We've all seen that. Yeah, right, exactly. That guy,
here's your sack lunch.
where I don't want to mention, you know, something, but they're carrying out a big this and they walk in and it's like.
And even our staff that's delivering that, they're all Empyrean staff. They know our brand standards. They know our clients' names. So when they're walking in, they're not completely clueless as to where they're headed. And they get to take some ownership of that, and they love to do drop-offs and meet other people. So that's really fun for us.
All right, let's just say I'm watching this now, and I just discovered I have an event. How soon?
24 hours from now.
Wow.
Yeah, and we can really turn that around. Now, 100 people in 24 hours, that you're going to need to be flexible on what we can do.
Right.
But for the most part, 24, 48 hours.
So that's really simple. Am I ordering online?
You can order online from the cafe standpoint. So one of the things we didn't talk about was Empyrean Cafe. You can actually research that on that website or call us. We're able to help in that regard, and we can guide you down the right path.
And this is just really what you say. It's just drop-off.
Corporate drop-off catering, and off we go.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's that simple and that easy and that delicious.
How far will you go? As I'm watching the pictures that we showed, I'm like...
Drop-offs outside of 45 minutes is not awesome for us from a travel standpoint. Just quality is of concern there.
Right.
But for the most part, when we're looking at Fort Wayne and the area surrounding, we're fine.
All right. So I feel like there's something... Beverages included
Beverages always included. Yeah, you call me and I can tell you based on your needs, what are we looking for? And a lot of times our clients will find that our designers are going to ask them questions and they're like, ooh, I didn't think about that. So let us do the work for you, and just call us if you have a need for that.
Every time I find out that you're doing one of the meetings here and I'm not invited to that meeting, even if it has nothing to do with, you know, it's like the engineering department, I'm like,
you're regretful of that.
Meeting?
Wait a minute, I needed that.
I'll take an hour out and need lunch
just
from Empyrean.
you and your best friend for lunch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How small can we do?
You could do literally 2 people if you wanted to.
Okay.
For the most part, we find that 10 is a comfortable number, but really and truly, the cafe comes into play with those smaller numbers.
If you'd like to find out more, and believe me, you would like to find out more, go over to their webpage and learn more and give that number a call. We will be right back here on Insight.